This is going to be offering you the original game, but with upgraded components, miniatures, revised rules, and a brand new expansion. Not only that, but it will also include 3 additional games as part of the collection with the Jim Henson's Labyrinth adventure game, the card game, and then Ready, Steady, Worm. I'm not going to go into how all those individual games play, but I will let you know how the original played, and I'll just be using pictures from the existing version, but just keep in mind that these will be upgraded with the new campaign. This is a cooperative game where players are going to be playing as 4 different characters, each with their own one-time use ability card, as well as 3 different stats known as their speed, their wit, and their brawn, and each of these stats are going to be represented by a different type of die. Players are also going to be starting with a certain amount of willpower, which does double as your health, and if you ever get drained completely to 0, then you're going to be reset out to a particular region out on the board. Each of these stats will have a different use throughout the game, but since each player has a different die associated with each of them, some characters are going to be more proficient at certain actions than others. Your speed die is used for movement, and you're going to be rolling that to determine how many spaces you move out on the board. And if you land on a space with a card, then you're going to be resolving that card. The different cards will usually present players with different options or tests where they're going to have to make use of their other stats, and a success will gain you some sort of benefit, but a failure will cause you to lose willpower. But this game does also have a push your luck element where you could spend one of your willpower in order to try again. But of course, if you fail, you could lose even more willpower. A neat aspect of this game is the way that the cooperation works, because when you're on a space with another player, you can actually ask them to join you in your action. And during the movement portion of that action, you're actually going to be rolling the die of the slowest character. But then when it comes to resolving one of those cards, you're going to be rolling both of your die of that particular skill in order to try and complete the skill check that that card presents. You're going to be taking the result of the higher die, so even though this does result in you moving slower, it is a nice way to hedge your bets. But the other action you can take on your turn is, rather than moving and resolving a card, is that you can just choose to rest, and this will allow you to replenish some of your willpower. The players will be continually moving around the board, with some of the locations having different special effects that could slow you down in different ways, but as you get through those different cards and complete those checks, you're eventually going to get to a card that will open up a new area of the map. This is going to present some different objectives and goals that players are going to have to achieve in order to complete that area. And if you're able to complete all of those, then players will have won the game. The catch here is that the clock advances by 1 hour at the end of each round, and if that clock ever reaches the end, then the players lose the game, so you do want to try and be efficient with your actions. But if you do want to check this one out, I will have it linked down below.